Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best ever.
Yeah, I believe.
Cena is like a totally different beast. He's
Just
super
nonstop,
nonstop, and you can't keep up with that.
Shakur, he boxes because he does step back, but then he comes in and jabs.
Yeah.
He tries to counter. That's boxing.
Joe Rogan weighed in on Shakur Stevenson's dominant victory over Teofimo Lopez and didn't hold back with his praise. He described Stevenson as operating on a level rarely seen, emphasizing how controlled, accurate, and composed he remained even under heavy pressure. Rogan pointed out that the performance was a clear example of elite ability reinforced by relentless preparation, showing how refined skill and constant work can completely separate a fighter at the top tier of the sport.
It's hard work. It's just hard work. I believe that, but man.
Yeah, but state of mind too. Like he believes it mentally.
But the amount of hard work is extraordinary to get to that.
Shakur Stevenson put together a near-flawless showing, controlling the action across all 12 rounds against Teofimo Lopez to secure the WBO title at junior welterweight and add a 4th world championship to his resume.
The action of it. Man, let me tell you, Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the 4th round.
After the 4th round?
Yeah.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know. It's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, he tried. He definitely tried. His dad was emotional. He wanted him to do better, but, this is boxing.
Each official turned in the same score of 119 to 109, a wide margin that accurately captured how firmly Stevenson dictated the fight from start to finish.
Just beautiful performance by Shakur, dominant, only lost a round. Was there any moment you had any doubt, or I don't know, but as the fight progressed, what were you seeing?
Well, actually, once I seen that he couldn't handle our hand speed, I really felt comfortable with that, I felt, that we could take risks and do more and whatnot, and as the fight went on, it seemed like it just got better, We was hoping that the pace would, kind of kick in with him and slow him down, but I think he did to a point, but I think, his overall performance, he did well, like I said, we give a lot of respect to him. He's a formidable opponent, and Shakur just stayed with the game plan and just outscored him. We wanted to get ahead on the scorecards from the beginning, and so we took it from there and just tried to stay ahead.
Joe Rogan explained that the quality he has always respected most in Stevenson is his elite defensive skill set combined with his high-level technical precision.
Billy Shell since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible.
Yeah, defense, and he stayed. And that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy. I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket.
He also said
people
he's
were
not going
calling
to
him a
fight that
runner
way
before.
anymore.
He's not a runner,
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Right. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite. Yeah. And just one of the best, as far as...
What truly stood out in this performance was the way Stevenson blended his defensive awareness seamlessly into his attacking sequences, turning defense into a foundation for offense rather than a separate skill.
I thought that Teo is an elite guy, and he basically made him look quite average tonight. 4-division world champion, 28 years of age. What can you say?
Did anything surprise you about Teo's performance tonight? Because I almost feel like he's running out of ideas. But
I just think Shakur looked strong. Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point. His footwork was incredible. It's his timing. It's his fitness. He's a complete fighter.
Is Conor Benn realistic for Shakur Stevenson next?
Hold on, guys. You can't go through there.
Conor Benn next.
We gotta get through.
We love that fight.
Stevenson publicly recognized Lopez for taking the risk of defending his championship, commending his willingness to face a dangerous challenge. In a post following the bout, Shakur expressed appreciation for the opportunity and credited Lopez for stepping up when others would not. On the opposite side, Lopez appeared visibly crushed by the outcome. Struggling to generate consistent defense throughout the fight, he sat in his corner showing clear frustration and disappointment after a contest that slipped further out of reach with each passing round.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing,
Your
man?
thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to event it. Like that time Kambosos beat you, you want to do it straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm gonna let my team do the work on that.
Teofimo, appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Bill Haney was quick to recognize Shakur Stevenson's performance, applauding the precision and discipline behind the game plan and highlighting how effectively it was carried out inside the ring. His brief message underscored the sharp execution that defined the night for Team Stevenson. Reactions poured in from across the boxing community, with analysts and fellow fighters describing the showing as a textbook display of elite-level boxing. Observers emphasized that Stevenson didn't just shine offensively, but also excelled at limiting damage and controlling risk. Time and again, Lopez attempted to assert himself with pressure, only to be met by smooth footwork, sharp timing, and accurate counters that shut those efforts down. Even during moments when Lopez tried to build momentum in the middle rounds, Stevenson's defensive focus never slipped. Instead of engaging recklessly, he adjusted on the fly, forcing Lopez to pause, reset, and search for answers that never fully came.
Bro, everything
I told y'all, man, 9-3, man. But I think Teo lucky. How many rounds they gave him? Did they give him a round? Fucking bum. Get Teo out of here.
What could Teo done differently in this fight?
Nothing. He couldn't do nothing. He tried everything.
What?
Wait, what his dad said? I told everybody. That's what his dad said, right? I told everybody. Got in, man. Got in.
At what round did you feel like it was going to be just a takeover?
First round. I said it. First round. It's over with. It's going to be like this all night, man. All night.
Richardson, what's going to be next for Shakur Stevenson from now? What is going to be next after this?
I don't know. Whatever he want to do, man. Whatever he want to do.
Ahead of the Stevenson-Lopez showdown, veteran trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas offered his breakdown of the matchup, stressing that mindset could play a crucial role. He noted that while both men possess elite athletic tools and refined skill sets, Lopez's psychological readiness might ultimately influence the direction of the fight. Atlas praised Lopez's strength and explosiveness, but also pointed to uneven performances in previous high-level bouts. He suggested that without complete focus and mental sharpness from opening bell to final round, Lopez risked having those lapses exposed by Stevenson's structured, technically sound.
Listen, to me, you got to start with Teofimo's mindset. I mean, he's a terrifically talented fighter, but he can be hot and cold. And I think the hot and cold isn't really attached to his physical abilities or condition. I think it's mental. I think, is he in a mental good place? Is he mentally in a good place? I think that, I don't know if we know that for sure, but when he's in mentally a good place, he's a hell of a fighter. I think that what's interesting about this is that he might be the first fighter that Shakur has ever faced that can match him athletically. Speed, quickness, and surpass him in power. But match him with hand speed and leg speed. So that makes it very interesting. I'll tell you something that nobody would dare to say because it sounds ludicrous.
That assessment aligned with a wider theme leading into the fight. Lopez had repeatedly shown moments of greatness throughout his career, but he also carried an emotional volatility that sometimes surfaced on the biggest stages. In a matchup between evenly matched talent, those mental swings had the potential to shift the balance if left unchecked. Stevenson, on the other hand, was known for his measured approach, sharp defensive instincts, and steady temperament under fire. Those traits positioned him well to take advantage of any mental lapses from his opponent, underscoring that this contest was driven as much by mindset and control as it was by physical ability.
I think if Teo, I mean, look, Shakur's terrific, and he looked great in his last fight. But I think that if Teo is right mentally, he could possibly outbox Shakur. Nobody would think that.
What makes you say that?
Because of what I just said, his athleticism. He can match him athletically. And he's got a good enough IQ of this sport in the ring where I think that he could, if he has the right strategy, and he's right mentally, I said that already, but he could actually make Shakur come out of his comfort zone and have to come forward, which is really not his forte. His forte is to be a great defensive fighter, turn defense into offense, and be a great counterpuncher. He could maybe make him come, like, get off, get out, use his legs, and maybe put the emphasis on Shakur to have to go take the risk. That would be interesting.
There's another fight that's been announced today, Chisora against Wilder. Two guys coming to the end. What do you make of that fight?
I just don't want to see nobody get hurt. I think that, you know, I love Shakur. He's one of my favorite people in the sport, to be quite frank.
Shakur Stevenson stands out as one of the sport's most technically refined boxers. An Olympic silver medalist with an unblemished professional record. He's recognized for his elite defensive skills, southpaw agility, and pinpoint accuracy with his punches. Stevenson has steadily progressed through multiple weight classes and is now aiming to capture a world title in his fourth division. He has consistently expressed a desire to solidify his legacy as one of the all-time greats, rather than simply adding another belt to his collection. Confident in his abilities, Stevenson asserts that his combination of skill, intelligence, and ring awareness will outmatch Lopez, claiming that he's already faced the best Lopez has to offer and is performing on an entirely different level.
People think the fight with Teo is either going to be you delivering a masterclass
or a knockout by Teo.
Yeah, or you getting into some type of brawl with Teo and end up getting knocked out, right? What are fans getting wrong about the matchup?
I think the fans is getting wrong about the matchup is where I'm not sleeping on that I know about Teo. Teo's a good boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He's boxer first. So we could say, oh, he's just going to knock you out. Or he's just going to... That's not him. He's boxing first. He's going to want to establish distance and range on the outside and try to beat me up on the outside. So I think that's the main thing. And also the biggest thing that everybody don't realize with me, I could punch.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody say, oh, he can't punch, and then boom, crack somebody, and then they laying down, or something may happen to where they hurt or something like that. So I think that's two big things where they don't understand.
Stevenson's move up to 140 pounds marks a significant milestone in his career, as it represents his first professional fight at this weight against an established champion, Teofimo Lopez, rather than a gradual introduction with a lower stakes tune-up bout. Experts widely view this as Stevenson's most demanding challenge to date. His stepping out of his comfort zone at lightweight to face a physically stronger opponent who has already captured and defended the WBO junior welterweight title multiple times. Stevenson has openly stated that he's pursuing greatness and prefers to confront top-level competition immediately, embracing a fight that carries both high risk and potentially massive reward.
We set this fight up, and I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level, and I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough set, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamar Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Teo, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's on one belts at 35, one belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is going to be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that reason.
After Shakur Stevenson's dominant victory over Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia shared his thoughts on social media about the action at Madison Square Garden. On X, Garcia criticized Lopez's approach, writing that it wasn't a good game plan, noting how Lopez struggled to adapt and repeatedly fell behind Stevenson's precise and disciplined tactics. Garcia's perspective captured what many observers felt. Lopez appeared off rhythm throughout the bout, unable to create openings or disrupt the undefeated Southpaw's control of distance and tempo. Across social platforms, fans and analysts echoed this view, emphasizing how Stevenson's strategic poise effectively neutralized Lopez's offense and left critics dissecting where the former champion's plan had faltered.
I mean, it didn't seem like it, but did Teo, I don't know, present any issues, or was there any adjustments he made that you guys had to adjust back to, or was
No, because, a lot of the stuff that he did, we were familiar with and we game planned for it. So when we seen it, it was pretty much what, he didn't bring his problem, he didn't bring anything different to the ring that he's been doing. When you plan for a fight like this here, then you gotta have another game plan, a plan A, a plan B, a plan D. So he only had one plan. He thought that he was faster than us, and he thought that Shakur was slow, so that's where he made his biggest mistake at.
Right. Did Shakur ever, I think at one point he said something about, he just said that he's stronger than him or something like that.
Man, he ain't nowhere near strong as me, so, that worked to his advantage and to his confidence. I think Theo felt the difference, you know what I'm saying? So, you see, he wasn't aggressive. He didn't try a lot of stuff.
Terrence Crawford praised Shakur Stevenson highly, calling him the next big name in boxing following Crawford's own retirement. He highlighted that Stevenson possesses all the skills, tools, and instincts needed to excel at the sport's highest level. Crawford explained that a victory over Teofimo Lopez would not only make Stevenson a 4-division world champion, but could also elevate him into the upper echelons of the pound-for-pound rankings. Drawing from his own experience as a 5-weight world champion, Crawford suggested that Stevenson has the potential to match or even surpass such a milestone in the future. He expressed strong confidence in Stevenson's ability to achieve a 5-division title himself, emphasizing that Shakur could go on to accomplish even greater feats in boxing and continue building a legacy beyond Crawford's own accomplishments.
It's now the time for Shakur Stevenson. Now that you've sort of sailed off into the sunset, done your thing in boxing, is he the sort of heir apparent to what was your throne? Do you look at him and go, you've all the ability, you've all the tools, obviously you've friends as well as just someone who you've been in the gym with. Is he that guy now who becomes pound for pound number one if he beats Teofimo Lopez?
Well, yeah, for sure. When he beats Teofimo, he'll be a 4-weight world champion. I'm a 5-weight world champion. I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what I'm hoping for him to do.
People have compared you to the 4 Kings, just something different. Who was your favourite before, and stylistically, if you could have fought one of them prime for prime, who would you choose?
To be honest, I think I had a little bit of all of.
Terrence Crawford addressed the drama involving Teofimo Lopez Sr. directly, making it clear he has no interest in being drawn into their promotional antics. He explained that Lopez's father was attempting to provoke him with attention-seeking behavior to hype the fight, but Crawford, now retired, has no reason to engage. While acknowledging that fighters naturally promote matchups, he stressed there's no need to involve someone who has stepped away from competition. Crawford reiterated that he has no intention of returning to the ring, making the ongoing trash talk unnecessary. He told Lopez Sr. plainly to stop the clownish behavior, emphasizing that not everyone finds it entertaining. His message was straightforward. Respect his retirement, leave him out of the theatrics, and focus on the active fighters instead.
Something earlier with you and Teofimo Sr. I know there's been a little bit back and forth, more from Teofimo's side. You approached the father. You told him something. What is it that you told him? Because I know he was trying to get some antics towards you, and it didn't get to you.
No, I just told him about himself. He know what I said, but he got to stop being a clown, everybody not with the clown antics and things like that just because he want to sell a fight. It's cool to sell a fight, but I'm not fighting. Leave me alone. I'm retired. You don't got to make antics at me, So,
when asked whether he had gotten into Teofimo Lopez's head during the fight, Shakur Stevenson confidently confirmed that he had. He explained that Lopez spent most of the bout trying just to survive each round and reach the final bell. showing that he couldn't execute his usual game plan effectively. Stevenson described his strategy as methodical, systematically breaking down Lopez's defenses and taking advantage of openings throughout the fight. Early on, he recognized a clear physical edge, telling his corner in round 2, "I'm stronger than he is." That awareness let him control the tempo, forcing Lopez into a reactive stance rather than dictating the action. By combining discipline, preparation, technical skill, and strength, Stevenson dominated the contest, leaving Lopez little room to mount any meaningful offense and clearly establishing himself as the superior fighter that night.
I put the work in. I stayed disciplined throughout my camp. I was in tremendous shape, and Tio, he's a hell of a fighter, but I was the better man tonight.
Guys, just raise your hands, please, and the microphone will be brought to you. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, man. Great performance, obviously. Did you feel at some point that you demoralized him and he was just kind of trying to get to the finish line?
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I hurt him a couple times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. I put on a great show tonight.
Did you think you was really going to beat him up that way?
Yes. I've been told you this. I told you this a minute ago. I said he's not on my level, and I proved it tonight. And shout out to you, bro. You're a hell of a fighter. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you went there and did what you were supposed to do. You dig deep and you did what you were supposed to do, and I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Shakur, hell of a fight, hell of a performance, right in the front, right in front. You seem to make it look real easy tonight. It had to be very frustrating for T.O.
Keyshawn, at the party.
Shakur Stevenson's performance was masterful, calculated, disciplined, and technically precise, showing why he is considered one of the top fighters in boxing today. Lopez, on the other hand, showed heart and aggression, but struggled to impose his usual game plan, often forced to react rather than control the fight. What stood out to you most? Stevenson's tactical dominance or Lopez's resilience?